Hey guys, so today's video is a little quick video about James Charles because there are some updates. Subscribe, hit that bell, like, comment for engagement, and let's just get into it, okay? The voice. She's still here. She's still doing her thing. That's fine. We ignore it. We move. James Charles, right? What was he called out for? Let's just talk about all of it. Okay, so let's actually go 3 years back. Why don't we? Just recap 3 years back. Ignore the makeup on my hand. 3 years back. So first time he gets called out, is it 3 years? I feel like the pandemic has kind of ruined my perception of time and like what is going on in the world. Like I just don't even know what year it is. I barely know what's happening. I barely know what's happening a year ago. It's the same stuff that's happening now actually, so that's why I don't remember. Okay, let's just get into it. Tati, right, calls out James Charles for inappropriate behaviour with men who don't want him and straight men, allegedly. Tati then gets cancelled by James. Tati loses a bunch of subs. Tati leaves the internet, right? Jeffree and Shane kind of pipe up, but then they pipe down when they realize that James is like coming out on top. Okay, James is fine. He's invincible. He's indestructible. More allegations come out in the meantime. Let's remember all of this, right? There are men saying he's been messaging them. Men? No. There are boys saying that he's been messaging them on Snapchat, on many different secretive platforms, aka Snapchat. The bane of everyone's existence, including mine. Not because I'm messaging teenagers, let's be clear. My problems are very adult. Well, as adult as they can get on Snapchat, but they're not inappropriate, okay? Not inappropriate. The other day, let's just talk about the bane of my existence being Snapchat, okay? Let me just embarrass myself, actually. I saw this, this little snap. Okay, right, let me just fucking... Can I not find it now? Well, it's a good thing I screen recorded it because I was panicking, okay? I saw this little thing you can subscribe to and it does like a little story time thingy-majig, right? And tell me what I'm looking at it and I'm like, that weirdly looks like me. That looks like it's me. And it looked like one of those, like, you know when you take a sticker of yourself on Snapchat and you paste it on someone else's face? I was like, why would someone use a face, like, why would someone use my face? And I started looking at it and I'm like, who created this? Like, is it someone that hates me? Like, why is that my face on someone? And then I realized the whole concept of it is, it's supposed to be you and your number one best friend on Snapchat. I was like, okay, well, clearly you're an idiot because I thought someone was being creepy with me and, like, using my face for content on Snapchat. Like, am I interesting enough? No. Anyway, besides the point. I like screen recorded it, I panicked. I was like, let me find the screenshot for you. Just so we're clear that Snapchat is actually the bane of my existence, okay? I don't even know how to use it. I'm like, what is actually going on? Yeah, I saw this. Let me cover this other person's face because this other person turns out to be someone that I'm actually talking to. And she does not want to be in this video. But I just didn't realize it was her because it looks so off. But I saw myself and I was like, that is me. Why is that me? Why is the camera not focusing? Okay, I was like, that's me. And then I saw the video and I was like, that is me. And then yeah, it turns out it is me because that's the whole concept of the show on Snapchat, is that it takes you and makes you into a story. Snapchat is causing everyone problems, but some problems are just different to other problems. I had this problem. James Charles has a I talk to underage people problem. Allegedly, don't sue me, James. I don't have the time. He gets, obviously, some allegations in between, but no one's believing people because he's, like, invincible at this point. Then, some actual allegations come out. All of them are actual, but some allegations that are, like, easy to prove have come out. And he starts slowly getting cancelled, and then Tati makes a comeback, and then everyone speaks out against him. But who's still friends with him? A few people. Noah Beck, Manny MUA. Just a few people that are still, like, in it, you know? Just in the sphere. So let's talk about 3 different things that are happening, okay? Bumble. He's been found on Bumble by the straight men, okay? Again. So apparently, allegedly, there's a video going around of a guy who is straight and his preference is women. Like, deal breaker, I'm looking for women. And James comes up on his Bumble, which obviously would insinuate like that this is a woman, but James does not identify as female. And it says, you know, woman. And he shows his preference and it says woman. And people are debating if it's true because, or if it's real, because James Charles' location says New York, New York. But his parents are from New York, so maybe he was just in New York when this was happening. Huh. What a concept. Anyway, but yeah, it says he's looking for women, and obviously James Charles comes up. This has been a thing before that he has done on Tinder. And obviously the issue is that James identifies as male and identifies as gay male, so aka a man who's looking for a man. but he's popping up on straight men's Bumble for some reason. So that's one issue. This is still ongoing. Okay, this is still happening. Then we have Sisters Apparel coming up. So James Charles obviously suspended some of his like business doings, and by that I mean also Sisters Apparel, which is like his merch company. And recently he announced a new collection that he's doing, which looks oddly similar to Jeffree Star's collection, which looks oddly similar to stuff that Emma Chamberlain was selling like 3 years ago when it was still trendy to do so. And people are getting mad at Manny MUA because he posted his support for James Charles on his Instagram story, and then James Charles reposted that on his story, and he also supported him on Twitter. And this comes with, like I said, a lot of other people that supported him, like Noah Beck and stuff like that. People like D'Amelio's sisters haven't been seen with James in a while, and a lot of TikTokers haven't been seen with James in a while. And he was in Bella Porch's music, well, he was supposed to be in Bella Porch's music video, and then she very sneakily cut him out where like there was like fog over his face and like he was very invisible. So there are some people that are still like heavily supporting him, and some people that have slowly distanced themselves from James Charles, which like if I was them, distance yourself from James Charles is just not a good look, sis. Marlena Stell speaks out, and she's disappointed, okay? She's disappointed. So she said there's a difference between people making stupid mistakes that are forgivable or making a big mistake but not doing it again. When a full-grown adult repeatedly baits, and I'm assuming that says it's blurred out, something children, that's actual criminal behaviour. But sure, let's make excuses instead of protecting children. We've all made mistakes in life because no one is perfect, but Janice Cameo has proven multiple times that children will be baited for sexual favours or advances. It's gross, and there's been multiple incidents of this, not just one. Dustin Daly actually tweeted out saying, how do you guys feel about Manny promoting James Charles and Sisters Apparel? And Marlena Stell said, disappointed. But then James Charles has also caught himself in some other fire recently. He addressed it in one of his videos. But anyway, there was this video going around on TikTok that I saw a while ago but just didn't say anything about it, where he was doing a collab with Maddie and Kenzie Ziegler. It's obviously closer with one than the other. And this is like the battle of the face thing where like one person's doing one side, one person's doing the other side. And anyway, Kenzie was like, oh, like I'm not gonna win. And James said, yeah, you're not. Well, he said, no, you're not. No, you're not. And people cut that right there and posted on TikTok that he's like being mean to her, or like when he's hugging Maddie, or like when he's doing some other stuff. Okay, basically it seems like he's excluding Kenzie from the video, making her feel worse about the situation. I can't play the TikTok for you guys because it actually has music going over it, which is copyright claimed stuff, so I can't play it for you guys, so I'm just like giving you a play-by-play. Okay, so they cut it up out of context. It makes it look like James is just awful to Kenzie. Then it comes out, well, he posts a video basically being like, this is the full context, okay? And it was like, Kenzie would be like, oh, like I'm not gonna win, and he would say, no, you're not, if you keep up that attitude. So obviously he wasn't being mean to her. Guys, there is a list about this long in tiny, tiny font of things that James Charles could actually be cancelled for and is actually being cancelled for. Let's not add fake news to the list, because I feel like what happens with fake news is someone's being cancelled for like very valid things, right? Like this is a list of very valid, provable stuff that they can be cancelled for, okay? And then someone decides to throw fake news into the conversation, and the person that's being cancelled latches onto this fake news for dear life and is like, see, people are lying about me. I'm being cancelled for no reason, even though this is a list. Small, tiny font list of shit that they're actually doing wrong. But they hyper-focus, tunnel vision into this one irrelevant fake news story. And they're like, oh, guys, poor me. I'm being bullied on the internet. Damn. Like, oh, why is this happening to me? I'm such a good person. That's James Charles right now. I'm such a good person. Anyway, besides the point, I'm glad I reminded you guys of what stuff he did, because it's stuff that we can actually cancel him for, stuff that's criminal, stuff that is allegedly, you know, a no-no. Allegedly a no-no. No, allegedly the stuff that he's doing is a no-no. That was the same context again. Why did I say it like that? Allegedly he's doing some stuff that is a big no-no. I feel like I need to clarify a few things before I get sued. The Maddie and Kenzie drama is fake. He did message Kenzie and he said like, hey, were you okay with this? And she said, yeah, absolutely. Like me and you were not that close back then for us to be like hugging and cuddling the whole video. But he wasn't necessarily being rude to her, and that video was out of context. But the other stuff, you know, I'd love for him to explain the Bumble situation. I'd love for him to explain the Bumble situation. I'd love for people to stop supporting him. Like, for example, I know people are mentioning how Manny MUA has mentioned before how he loves watching Frenemies, and he agrees that they talk about like really important stuff. But like a huge topic of conversation was James Charles. So everyone thought that maybe he was slowly turning against James Charles because of the stuff that he's doing. But no, the support is still there. And it also is very weird because Manny and Laura Lee have like a drama channel based podcast now. So they're talking about a lot of people's fuck-ups, but just like fail to mention their friends' fuck-ups. It's very odd. It's very odd. But I do understand, obviously, like, you know, they're friends, they're not gonna do that. But it's like if you start a drama podcast, you have to expect to have to cover stuff about your friends. Or just pick better friends. I don't know. Anyway, that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, anything to comment down below, and subscribe because I post videos every time something happens. So hit that bell, you'll be notified when that's happening. Social media links in the description. I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.